Hello and welcome. In today's video, we shall be exploring your companion HK-47 side quest in Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic, where you can repair the droid over time and learn more of his shady past that involves disposing of organics, and features some pretty neat dialogue, lore, and upgrades for the droid along the way, if you have the skill to repair HK better than his inept former owner, Yuka. And so in today's video, we shall be completing his quest as soon as we acquire the droid from Yuka on Tatooine.
Statement. I see you have purchased me, Master. I find this a satisfactory arrangement. My restraining bolt will be deactivated when you take possession of me. Am I to accompany you now? Shall I kill something for you?
To begin HK's repair side quest, you first have to initiate the correct conversation branch with him, which we'll be exploring extensively. Now to do so, we approach the droid outside of Yuka shop and begin to question.
Statement. HK-47 is ready to serve, Master.
I'd like to know more about your functionality.
Statement. I know some elements of my functionality, Master, but not all.
I thought you said that removing your restraining bolts would restore your memory.
Qualification. I suspected that it might, Master, but without memory, I had no way of knowing whether or not I knew that was true.
So you lied to me.
Qualification. Not so much, Master. I spoke out of ignorance. I assumed the Ithorian was responsible for my memory loss. That does not mean I am not a fully loyal droid willing to serve its master. Right, Master?
How can you not know parts of your functionality?
Answer. There have been numerous repairs and tampering made to my system, Master. Several systems are not operating as they should be. The fact that my memory is incomplete may be due to meatbag incompetence, or something else I am unaware of.
Are you damaged?
Answer. I believe I have been damaged several times in the past, Master. I have always been repaired, but perhaps full functionality has not been restored.
Tell me what you can, then.
Observation. I am sure you are aware of the majority of my skills, Master. I can handle various sorts of heavy weaponry with ease. My physical abilities are well above those of your average meatbag, as are my sensor functions. An assassin, if you would.
An assassin?
Caution, shh, Master. Such a function in a droid is highly illegal.
I won't tell anyone.
Commentary. Good, for I would truly hate to be turned into spare scrap, Master. That would be a waste of my genius engineering. Answer. My assassination functions are currently non-functional, having been deactivated by the meatbag Yuka on Tatooine. Were they functional, you as my master would be able to specify a target, and I would operate independently to the best of my ability to terminate it.
Now you're presented with 3 different dialogue options, the first being, is there any way to reactivate that function?
Answer. Not that I know of, Master. I still possess all my normal combat and stealth abilities, however.
Has that function been used a lot?
Answer. I have no way of knowing that, Master. My memory has been deleted, remember?
And even a more pacifist dialogue option of, well, I'm glad it's gone, really.
Observation. If you say so, Master. I imagine it was truly a work of art to see me in action, however.
Despite being concerned about what happens if you repair the droid, you can still press forward asking, is there any way to repair you?
Answer. Some of my motor functions can be safely repaired, Master, but anything in relation to my memory core is extremely sensitive. I have safeguards installed to protect that core that I cannot deactivate. It is not impossible that other, lesser memory functions could be restored, however.
So I can restore your memory?
Answer. You may attempt to restore portions of my deleted memory, Master, but some skill at repair is required. The deeper functions of my core memory, however, would still be unadvisable to tamper with. Conjecture. It is possible that some external stimulus might result in the memory core being reactivated, but I am unaware of any program existence to do so.
So you're saying your memory might just come back?
Conjecture. There may be hidden programming that awaits certain conditions to reactivate my memory core, Master, but there is no way to know. It is quite possible that tampering has simply erased my core permanently. If that is so, a meatbag will surely pay.
So how do I get about restoring part of your memory?
Answer. Simply tell me that you wish to make the attempt, Master, and I will attempt to walk you through it. Please do be careful.
This updates HK's quest, As we note in our datapad, the deeper functions of HK-47's memory core require some sort of stimulus in order to restore themselves, and HK-47 thinks it is unwise to tamper with this, but other parts of the core might be restored. It would simply take someone of sufficient technical skill in order to do so. Though here's the rub. Restoring HK requires an increasingly high repair rank for your main character for each of the 4 consecutive repairs. However, aside from unlocking further dialogue, HK-47 receives bonuses after each successful repair to his dexterity, defense, and even regeneration, which is seen on screen. So, it's well worth the time. And it should be noted, if HK doesn't join your party until after you've escaped the Leviathan later in the main quest, these repairs are still possible, but you cannot complete this quest properly. Initiating the core repairs, we tell HK, "I'd like to restore some of your memory."
Affirmative. If you believe your skills are up to the task, Master, then I can certainly guide you through the process. Request. I only ask that you be oh so very careful, Master. I am too valuable and well-crafted to perish at the hands of ineptitude.
Are you implying I am inept?
Negatory. No, Master. You are not a droid, however, and therefore your skills are limited by the physical capabilities of your meatbag extremities, or some such.
We then can outright lie to the droid. I happen to be very good at what I do.
Appeasement. Yes, Master. Of course, Master. Could we begin?
Now, it should be noted you need a minimum repair rank of 8 to be a success, and if you have an insufficient repair rank, it will result in failure, leading to a wide array of dialogue showing HK's discomfort at our tinkering or blundering, and as some dialogue seems to play more than others, I've taken the liberty to capture all 7, and HK's cries of anguish are well worth a listen. Let's get started.
Statement. As you wish, Master. The first stage is the simple one, and that is accessing my central control cluster. This may take a while. First, you will need to open 3 panels. No! What are you doing, Master? That is my motor core. Stop! Ah! Oh, you've shorted out something, Master. But it has nothing to do with my memory. Ow! I am poking my own eye sockets. Ow! Stop! No! That is not it, Master. No, that is not it either. That is a hinge, Master. No. This is no good, Master. You have nearly detonated my thermal core 3 times in a matter of minutes. What are you doing? Remove the arc wrench! Remove the arc wrench! Medic! But I need those circuits, Master. Please, Master, do not destroy my chips out of frustration. Calm yourself, I implore you. Now close the last panel. I am afraid the operation did not succeed, Master, though it was a valiant attempt for a meatbag. Supplication. Perhaps it would be best if you desisted your efforts for the moment, Master. This seems to be going nowhere.
Very well. We'll try again later.
As you desire, Master. I cannot help but claim a small amount of relief. Signing off.
Approaching HK with the required skill, he will begin.
And now rewire the last 3 relays. Yes, good. Well done, Master. I believe your operation was a success. Accessing new memory. Access complete. I have restored a great deal of information about my previous owner, Master. Would you like to hear it?
Yes, let me hear it.
Recitation. The earliest memory of my last owner specifies that he was human, a low-ranking commercial officer for SciTech Corporation. I am unaware of his designation. He purchased me from an acquaintance I cannot identify for the purposes of protocol and bodyguard duties.
Why can't you identify his acquaintance?
Explanation. That previous owner is part of memories that are still deleted, Master. It is customary for droids' memories to be wiped when it is sold.
And this man needed a bodyguard.
Observation. Not that I could perceive, Master. The human believed that accompaniment by a bodyguard droid would increase his importance in the perception of others.
You mentioned the SciTech Corporation when I purchased you.
Explanation. Affirmative, Master. I had assumed that my previous owner was the corporation itself. This is not the case. The human purchased me privately.
This man, is he still alive?
Answer: negative, Master. The human was terminated by this HK-47 unit prior to system shutdown.
You killed your own master?
Affirmative, Master, though I had not been programmed to do so. The human's termination was accidental. Explanation: my former master had owned me for a duration of 2 standard months before discovering my assassination protocol. He was pleased by the discovery. The human informed me that a competitor corporation was preparing to market a product that would ruin him personally. He was most agitated. He activated my assassination protocol and instructed me to kill all those responsible for the competing product. I proceeded to carry out my order.
Wait, tell me about this assassination protocol.
Information. This HK-47 unit is complete with protocol that, when invoked, will set me to independently carry out a termination. I will go to whatever lengths, travel whatever distances are required to complete the termination. This is the reason for my combat skills. Advisement. Unfortunately, the assassination protocol is currently non-functional. You will not be able to activate it.
Why not?
Answer. Several of my actuators were damaged by my former owner. They cannot be repaired, Master, sad though that is.
And how did that result in his death?
My former master was unaware of this, but the competitor was in fact an arm of SciTech Corporation, my master's own employer. It did not take long for my master to realize his mistake. By then, I had already terminated 104 corporate officers.
So, he set you upon his own company.
Observation. While it may have been unintentional, my master's wording of his orders left little room for me. SciTech was responsible for the product, after all.
Why didn't he just deactivate you?
Answer. I was not present to be deactivated, Master. Part of my protocol is not to return to my master until my function is complete. I still had 15 officers to go.
You killed 104 people?
Statement. It was nothing really, Master. The majority of them were not even expecting it, and I moved very quickly. I do not know why my master was so upset, really. He was an officer of SciTech and a potential target, but I cannot terminate my own master. I would assume that being the sole officer remaining, he would surely be promoted. Instead, however, the human chose to go insane with rage and attack me.
And that's when you killed him.
Objection. Naturally not, Master. As I said, I am incapable of purposefully terminating my owner. That would not be allowed. My master was not a smart man, however. While he was screaming and stabbing me with a writing utensil, he managed to pierce one of my actuators. The resulting shock terminated him and sadly destroyed my assassination protocol. Pure luck on his part, I suspect.
I don't think he was as lucky as you think.
Query. Do you know what the chances are of puncturing that sole actuator? I would have congratulated my master were he not sizzling and incoherent at the time.
So you destroyed his life and then killed him, basically.
Observation. Effectively, yes. This is a most pleasing memory, Master. Thank you for recovering it.
Well, it was his own fault, from a certain point of view.
Statement. I was only doing as I was told, Master. I would have told the human the proper codes to deactivate my protocol, had he asked. I shut down immediately whenever my master dies. I can only assume that while I was shut down, SciTech was dismantled and I was auctioned off as former corporate property. Observation. No doubt my sale price was quite cheap, leading to Yukalaka's purchase. How very demeaning.
Didn't they know what you had done?
Statement. How could they? The vast majority of the officers had already been terminated. They likely assumed I was mere chattel.
What a horrible story.
Statement. That hurts, Master. This is my life you are talking about.
Okay, I'm just glad I acquired you myself.
Observation. So am I, Master, though I apologize for not having an assassination mode to offer you.
Are you sure this actuator can't be fixed?
Assessment. I do not believe so, Master. It would require complete dismantlement of my chassis, a most involved procedure.
Did you recover any other memories?
I have recovered knowledge of some other actuators which will enhance my performance, Master. I will activate them now. But as for my own history, negative. It will require further effort on your part to restore them if you wish. Though certain stimuli could always restore my core still, as I explained. For now, please excuse me, Master. I wish to meditate upon the face of my former meatbag master as he was electrocuted. I find it most soothing.
Because of this conversation and repairs, HK-47 now has a permanent boost of +2 to his dexterity. After the first repair, our quest log updates. Successfully tampering with HK-47's memory core has recovered the droid's memory of his most recent owner. The dissolution of the owner's company and auctioning of his assets must be how HK-47 ended up in the droid shop on Tatooine. How the droid got to the executive, however, is unknown. To learn more of HK-47's shady and, quite frankly, murderous past, the second repair requires minimum repair rank 11 to be a success. Continuing our travels with the droid, after he's accessed more of his memories, he will state,
Accessing new memory. Access complete. I have recovered information on my owner previous to the commercial officer, Master. Intriguing.
What's so intriguing?
Statement. It appears that my previous owner was a human senator on the planet Coruscant, a man of importance who obviously appreciated quality craftsmanship.
And how did he get a hold of you?
Answer. I am unsure, Master. Any knowledge of my owner prior to him is still deleted. The senator did assume I was a protocol droid, however.
Did this senator know about your assassination function?
Answer. It does not seem so, Master. No. He required a protocol droid only and wanted one as cheaply as possible. I do not know who sold me to him.
Seems you've been around, HK.
Observation. It does seem that way, does it not? I can still remember all the glittering lights of Coruscant. Very pretty. Can we go back there, Master? I do remember that I was very pleased to be the property of a senator. One of his assistants discovered my assassination functions later through questioning. The assistant was quite alarmed and told the senator I should be scrapped quickly to avoid a scandal. Naturally, the senator had me eliminate the fool.
So we're not talking about a nice senator, I see.
Observation. Senators are not nice, Master. They are either on top of the game or yesterday's news. My master told me that frequently, you see.
Sounds like my kind of guy.
Observation. I rather like the human myself. For a meatbag, his priorities were in the right place. I felt most useful.
I hope this man is dead, right?
Answer. Unfortunately so, Master. While he lived, however, I maintained a most useful existence. I was most proud to have partaken in the political system of the galaxy. During the time my owner possessed me, he gained significant rank. Given time, I believe he could have become Chancellor. I even eliminated a few key opponents that he did not ask for. Freebies, if you will.
You can do that?
Answer. Certainly. Why not? I am an intelligent droid, you know. I see an opportunity, and I take it. And my master was most pleased with my work.
So he just killed all his opponents? And nobody figured out what he was up to?
Answer. There are a lot of politicians on Coruscant, Master. I could spend decades slaughtering them and still not make a dent. And it is not as if I walked into the Senate chambers with a carbonite explosive. I was very discreet. My best work to date that I can remember. Observation. I think he would have done far better had he not allowed his use of me to become personal. He set me on his wife.
Then why would he do that?
Answer. I am unsure. The human was most agitated and angry. I believe his wife had done something that had displeased him greatly. I was to go to their summer estate and terminate his wife, along with whatever male companion I discovered there.
So his wife was cheating on him?
Statement. I have no idea, Master. Cheating seems to be a relevant term only when one is caught in the act. Otherwise, it is viewed as intelligence. No?
So you just kill anyone you're told?
Observation. I am a droid, Master, with programming. Even if I did not enjoy killing, I would have no choice. Thankfully, I enjoy it very much.
And did you?
I journeyed to the southern continent, but it appeared my master was not far behind me. Apparently, he regretted his activation of the protocol. When I found the wife and her companion, I proceeded to launch my attack, but my master interposed his own body and was destroyed. It was rather a strange meatbag thing to do you not agree? Naturally, I shut myself down, my master being terminated.
So that's 2 out of 2 masters killed.
Observation. Only so far, master. There are still more memories not recovered, remember?
Right. What happened to you then?
Statement. I believe the senator's wife was unsure what I was or what to do with me. It was she who sold me to the corporate officer, an acquaintance.
So much for the senator. Well, it appears he got a conscience at the end.
Observation. I find that unlikely. Perhaps he was more concerned that the death of his wife would be more likely traced back to him.
Maybe. Have you recovered any other memories?
Answer. As previously, I have found a few more programs which will enhance my performance. A most gratifying discovery, in fact. There is still nothing from previous memories uncovered. You will have to operate again if you desire to find them. With luck, I will discover the stimulus to unlock my core, and all this will be unnecessary. I do thank you for the attempt, however, Master.
We then see because of our repairs, HK-47 now has a permanent boost of +2 to his defense rating, in addition to the +2 dexterity bonus from earlier repairs. Our quest log then updates. Memories of HK-47's owner prior to the corporate executive have been recovered. The death of that owner shut HK-47 down, and eventually his wife unwittingly sold the droid to the executive. How the senator acquired HK-47 is unknown. However, we're beginning to feel that we can still follow in his bloody footsteps. And so later we find the third repair requires a minimum repair rank 14 to be a success, in which HK remembers.
Access complete. I have accessed information on my owner prior to the senator, Master. Most unexpected.
What now?
Answer. It appears that previous to my ownership by the senator, I was the property of one Bochaba the Hutt on the planet Slaheron.
And what gruesome fate awaited him?
Objection. That is unfair, Master. While Bochaba may have died gruesomely, I most certainly had nothing to do with it. Well, very little.
So you were a gangster's assassin droid.
Statement. So it appears, Master. A rather suitable occupation, would you not agree?
That makes sense. Did the Hutts build you?
Answer. It does not appear so, or at least Bochaba was not my first owner. He purchased me from somewhere else. My memories tell me that, for a time, Bochaba was one of the most feared gangsters on Slaheron. I helped him with this reputation greatly. Over a span of 1 year, I terminated a grand total of 322 sentient meatbags. These contracts made Bochaba very wealthy.
You sound proud of that carnage. Don't you care about all those lives lost?
Statement. Should I, Master? I had no reason to terminate those targets. It was not my decision. I am the weapon, not the wielder.
But you have killed on your own accord before.
Answer. That is correct, Master. I do enjoy my work, though my past owners have enjoyed utilizing my functions far more. Strictly speaking, one meatbag is the same as another. Anything I do is in support of my master.
And so what happened to stop that?
It was unfortunate but inevitable that eventually Bochaba would overstep his bounds. I had just cleared 2 Hutt households when the exchange retaliated. Statement. I was not even present when my old master was assassinated. I did appreciate the artistry behind his demise upon my return, however.
Why? How was he killed?
Answer. Allow me to say that I have little doubt that residents of that sector were fishing pieces of Bochaba out of their soup for weeks afterward.
That's terrible. You don't even mourn your own master.
Observation. According to your own meatbag values, was my master not a heartless gangster and murderer? I will mourn you when you perish, Master.
When I perish?
Amendment. If you perish. So far I am 3 out of 3, remember, through little fault of my own.
So another master gone. Because of you.
Observation. Indeed. Perhaps it is better that my assassination function is inoperable, Master. Yes?
No doubt.
I am like a veritable fable, warning against the karma caused by murdering others. A morality tale, if you will. What utter irony. At any rate, I quickly shut down upon my master's death. The rival Hutt claimed me along with my master's other possessions. Observation. If that Hutt had only known my true function, he surely would not have sold me to a senator he bribed regularly.
Would you have preferred to stay on Slaheyron?
Observation. It would have suited my character, Master. I have enjoyed my existence since, more or less, so I do not miss it.
You would have been found out eventually.
Observation. No doubt, Master. It would have been a glorious battle to end my existence with. I would prefer that to rusting on a junk heap.
I should dismantle you, you know.
Supplication. Please, Master, have I not pleased you? I cannot control the acts I have performed. Perhaps that is why memory is erased. At any rate, I act only as you instruct me, even if that means being non-violent.
How very self-sacrificing of you.
Affirmation. HK-47 exists only to serve, Master.
Okay, enough. Do you remember anything else?
Answer. Negative, Master. There is still more memory that can be restored, however, if you wish to try. As well, I believe I can restore several programs the Hutt installed to improve my performance. Yes, they are now active, contemplative. I wonder how many more dead masters I might have out there. A droid can live for a long time, you know.
Now, because of our repairs, HK-47 will now regenerate at a rate of 1 vitality point every 6 seconds in addition to his other abilities, which is a tidy boon. And our quest log updates. It appears that prior to the Senator, HK-47 was owned by a feared gangster on Slaheyron known as Bochaba the Hutt. After Bochaba died, another gangster apparently sold the droid to the Senator. HK-47 wasn't built on Slaheyron, however, so how he came into the Hutt's possession is unknown. And this unlocks the 4th repair, furthering HK's gory past, which requires a minimum repair rank of 17 to be a success, in which HK disappointingly remembers,
Access complete. I have recovered the last of my deleted memory, Master. Unfortunately, my history is still not complete.
What? Why not?
Answer. As I did inform you, Master, the majority of my memory is still locked within my core. That can only be accessed by the appropriate stimuli, and I have no idea what that stimuli might be, unfortunately. Sadly, it seems my true origins will always be a mystery.
Are you sure your core isn't just damaged?
Observation. If it was, Master, your restorations will certainly have ensured that the proper stimulus restores my core's functions. Sadly, that could have already happened and we missed it, and my core was too damaged to activate. Oh, woe is me.
You are eager to find your origins, aren't you?
Query. Wouldn't you be, Master? Here I am, surrounded by all these meat bags, and all I desire is true perfection. Surely there are more droids like me out there. Or is that too much to hope?
Well...
Objection. Oh, fine. Laugh at me, Master. Humiliate your pet droid. Go ahead.
So, tell me about this last owner, then.
Correction. That would actually be my first owner, Master. The first I can remember. I had completed an assassination in Mandalorian space, though I have no knowledge of what my target was or who sent me. Regardless, my motor function had been damaged, and I could not return to wherever I had been sent from. A Mandalorian soldier claimed me as booty, I believe. He repaired me, poorly I might add, and proceeded to use my assassination protocol to raise his rank.
So there is no way to find out who sent you there originally?
Answer. Such knowledge is locked within my core, Master, as I said. There is no way to withdraw it otherwise.
It appears no one could resist using your protocol.
Query. Do you not have enemies that you would desire eliminated, Master? If my protocol still worked, would you not use it?
No, of course not. That's different.
Statement. If you say so, Master.
You're right. I suppose I would at that.
Statement. C. I provide a function that is useful to others. They merely must learn to use it properly, I believe.
Does no one ever decent find you?
Observation. You found me, Master. Perhaps you are simply fortunate that my assassination protocol no longer functions. At any rate, it seems that my Mandalorian owner finally decided to send me against Mandalore himself. My poorest performance, sadly.
Oh? Why is that?
Answer. I was captured by this Mandalore during the attempt. He was able to reverse my programming and send me after my own master. It was quite distressing. There was little I could do. Needless to say, I dispatched the Mandalorian soldier efficiently. Once I deactivated, I believe I eventually ended up on the black market and was sold to the Hutt on Slaheron. My darkest day.
Oh, so you killed that master directly.
Statement. So I did. I am not very proud of that, Master. The soldier seemed very startled, I must say.
You are just a traveling piece of bad luck, aren't you?
Objection. That is so unfair, Master. Have I not brought you a great deal of satisfaction?
You don't want to hear the answer to that.
Statement. You are a very harsh master, Master. I like you.
So you couldn't kill Mandalore, eh?
Statement. With all due respect, Master, he is the leader of the Mandalorians. Perhaps my old master was foolish to send me after him.
So, can you remember anything else?
Answer. There are a few Mandalorian implants that I can activate now. They will improve my performance. Beyond that, Master, there is nothing more I can relate to you. With luck, we will discover the stimulus to unlock my core very soon.
Because of our repairs, HK-47 will now regenerate at a rate of 1 vitality point every 3 seconds and has gained an additional +2 bonus to his dexterity. Our quest log would then update. Prior to the Hutt, it appears that HK-47 was owned by a Mandalorian soldier. This is the last of HK-47's retrievable memories, however, and it seems the chain is still not complete. HK-47 had been on an assassination mission in Mandalorian space when he was damaged, but does not know who had originally sent him. Unless the stimuli to restore his deeper core is discovered, the details may never be known. In fact, if you approach HK-47 any time after this stating, "I would like to try restoring some of your memory," you will be rebuked.
Negatory. I believe that there are no further deleted memories which can be safely retrieved, Master. All earlier memories reside in my core. Those are protected by my safeguards and would be far too dangerous to access. The only way those memories could be obtained is through the proper stimulus, whatever that might be. I am sorry, Master.
So, how do we learn of HK-47's past if there are no other repairs we can commence? Well, of course, as players know, the proper stimulus is asking HK-47 what he has to say during the dialogue aboard the Ebon Hawk after escaping the hangar of the Leviathan, and importantly and somewhat poetically, learning of your own true identity as the former Sith Lord Darth Revan, before asking Karth if he will stand with you against Malik. Since you cannot ask HK-47 afterward, this is the only time you can ask him to complete the quest, approaching the droid to finally solve the mystery of his first master and how he lost his memory. He will finally recall.
Commentary. I am experiencing something unusual, Master.
Why? What's happening?
Answer. My programming is activating my deleted memory core. I believe I have a homing system that is restoring it, Master.
Everyone, be careful. There's no telling what this means. Listen, I'll destroy you if you make a move, droid.
Observation. That is unnecessary, Master. My intent is not hostile. I am receiving no combat override commands.
Your homing system? What's that?
Observation. My homing system is a function of my assassination protocols, that which I told you had been deactivated. This system was not. It seems that the homing system deliberately restores my deleted memory core upon returning to my original master.
You mean Revan?
Affirmation. Correct, Master. Sith protocols maintain that all droid knowledge be deleted before assassination missions and restored upon return. I have returned to you, and my full functionality is now under your personal command. It is a distinct pleasure to see you again, Master.
But I found you. You didn't find me.
Think you'd never heard of the Force before. Seems obvious enough to me it was meant to be.
Well, that makes a lot of sense, actually.
Observation. Indeed. I do hope we shall have the chance to engage in combat together again soon, Master.
I'm not exactly Revan anymore, HK-47.
Observation. That does not matter, Master. I am your droid, regardless of your actions or personality.
Good, so long as you're loyal.
Commentary. I believe I have served you well in the past, Master, and will continue to do so for as long as you have need of me.
Wow, what are the chances of that happening?
Remember, we're talking about the Force here. At this point, Malak himself could drop out of the sky and I wouldn't bat an eyelash.
Good point.
Statement. HK-47 is ready to serve, Master.
Now, if you speak to HK-47 alone, we can finally learn more about his relationship to Revan. Questioning. So, you belonged to Revan originally?
Statement. Yes, Master. You created me shortly after you and your apprentice began your war to conquer the galaxy. I was sent on an assassination mission into Mandalorian space, but I was damaged and unable to return to you. Exclamation. I find this most distressing. I could certainly have protected you from the Jedi and your pupil's betrayal had I returned.
You find it distressing?
Statement. Of course, Master. You are the one who created me, meatbag or no, and while you may not be all you once were, I am grateful for my existence.
I doubt you could have done anything.
Objection. But I would have tried, Master. I could have killed the Jedi Bastila. I am sure of it. That would have been most fun.
Don't talk about Bastila like that.
Retraction. I apologize, Master. It's a force of habit.
Or we could respond, then again, maybe a little.
Observation. Now that is the Master I remember.
It's probably better it worked out this way.
Observation. You may be right, Master. This way we are reunited, and neither of us has suffered permanent termination.
We can now ask him if we're very much like the Revan he knew, and in a rare moment that changes the dialogue, though you're not aware of this, if you sway light or dark side, you will get a different response, such as if you're a light side adherent.
Observation. You are different in many fundamental ways, Master. You have a concern for life that is unsettling. This cannot solely be caused by memory loss. I do not know how to explain it. Regardless, you do seem to be improved overall from the human I once knew.
Or if you sway towards the dark side.
Observation. In many ways you are, Master, yes. You have much of the beloved cruelty of the Master I knew. You seem to have forgotten much, but in some ways you seem improved from the human I once knew. It is difficult to explain, Master.
Do you know anything about the Star Forge?
Answer. No, Master. You never did make me privy to any of the Star Forge's secrets.
What can you tell me about Malak?
Commentary. Your former pupil is efficient and brutal, even for an organic. I rather liked him when you first introduced me to him. If I had known what he would do to you, Master, I would have gladly removed his entrails right then.
So, why the meatbag references?
Answer. It was you who programmed me thus, Master. Your pupil once asked me what I thought of him, and I informed him of his meatbag status. He was unimpressed, but you found the reference humorous. You changed my programming so that I would continue to use the term. It drove your pupil to extreme lengths of frustration.
So, Malak was the original meatbag. I like that idea.
Observation. Of course you do, Master. You did then as well.
Unfortunately, HK-47 never encounters Malik again.
As you desire, Master. Signing off.
Our quest would finally conclude. It seems the mystery of HK-47 has finally been solved. The person who sent the droid on his original assassination mission was you. HK-47 was the Sith assassination droid and the personal bodyguard of Darth Revan. Against all odds, HK-47 returned to his master without even knowing it. It finally should be noted there is more to HK's story and delves deeper into his dialogue, wrapping up the tale of HK-47 in KOTOR 1, which will be upcoming. So make sure to stay tuned, and as always, thanks so much for watching, and be sure to like and subscribe for more Dark Lore.